All right, let's get it crunk. Neil. Neil. Oh, that's all right. After that, I moved it over here. That's all right. Got an interesting topic, Tasha. You may want to comment on tonight. I changed the subject.
Tell me how about you? Well, somebody come out and party with you tonight. Let's make it do what it do. I wanna do a little dancing, talk a little noise. I wanna flirt with the women and down with the boys. Yeah, I want you to lean yeah, just doing this thing. I wanna order me some french fries and some chicken wings. I wanna drink some ice cold beer, drink with my tears. Call my mother, tell her to shake that I'm in. I'm in a party mood, yeah. Tell me how about you? Yeah, somebody come party with me. Let's make it do what it do. Well, I'm in a party. I'm stepping out tonight. Got my feeling juice, yeah. I'm gonna feel alright. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the dice. Wherever they fall, I might be an upstairs club tonight, or some hole in the wall. I'm gonna be stopping in, down no doubt. Some mother's daughter better know.
I didn't mean to do that.
The way she did it.
Wait a minute, I didn't mean to do that. That means I'm going to start it all over again, don't it? Come on. I didn't mean to do it. Hey, Rachel.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm in a party. Tell me how about you? Yeah. I'm in a party mood. I don't feel no good. Well, it's been a long, hard week. Yeah. Down on my grind. Mm. But now that it's all over, it's party time. Yeah. I'm stepping out tonight. Mm. When the lights are bright, got my feeling too. Yeah. I'm gonna feel alright. I got my party clothes laid out on my bed. Tonight I'm gonna paint the whole town red. I'm in a party mood. Yeah. Tell me how about you? Well, somebody come out and party with me tonight. Let's make it do what it do. I wanna do a little dancing, talk a little noise. I wanna flirt with the women and down with the boys. Yeah, I wanna hear a mean DJ. Yeah, just doing this thing. I wanna order me some french fries
And some what?
and some chicken wings.
You're right, Latasha.
I wanna drink some ice cold beer, chase with my gin. Call my mother, tell her the shape that I'm in. I'm in a party mood. Yeah, tell me how about
Want to get in the carrots and
yeah.
celery with his chicken wings.
Somebody come party with me. Let's make it do what it do. Well, yeah, I'm in a party. I'm stepping out tonight.
Got my gin and juice.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel alright. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the
And blue
tide.
cheese, and blue cheese.
Wherever they fall, I might feel it upstairs.
You know, I did not know until I saw him perform the first
Or
time,
some hole in the
about a month
wall.
ago, that he was blind.
I'm gonna
I see the shades and never thought about it.
down below down.
But he can sing his ass off and can perform. You got your honey, baby?
Somebody come party with me. Oh, let's make it do what it do. Hey, I'm in a party mood. I'm stepping out tonight. Got my feeling juice, yeah.
Yeah, that's Jay Hammer. And again, I did not know that Jay Hammer was blind until I saw him about a month ago down in Mississippi. But the man is talented. They brought him up on stage. He got in his one spot. and sung his ass off. Many of you may not know that in the winding days of, God, I can't think of his name. Ooh, if you think you lonely, what's his name? Well, Bobby Womack. In the last days of Bobby Womack, Bobby had basically lost his eyesight, and Bobby had lost his memory. I got the pleasure in St. Louis, Illinois, of bringing Bobby Womack on the stage. He was there. Shirley Brown was on the show, and this is Juicy. Okay, thank you, darling. hmm Um, and Shirley wanted me to come to St. Louis and MC the show. And we went down to a big place. It looked like it may have been a Zaz or a Target at one while they had converted it into a great big club. And I didn't know. I didn't know Bobby. They led Bobby to the stage. But Bobby Womack Flatfoot turned the show out. Flatfoot turned it out. And Jay Hammer just made me think about that. Talented men from the older music set. And tomorrow morning on my show, I'm going to add some of that old stuff to my show. Some Shallites, some Dales, some Delphonics, Bobby Womack to my show in the morning. So you make sure that you tune in. I say Friday. What's tomorrow is Friday. Okay. Friday. My day's been messed up all this week. So, but tomorrow's Friday. So I'll be clowning on the air on tomorrow. I changed my subject tonight, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. And it was a conversation that I had while I was sitting in a restaurant having something to eat this evening. And we'll talk about it. I might throw in a little Curtis Mayfield because our younger people do not realize what good music is. They don't know the memories that go with the love songs of this one. I'm going to take that Isley Brother CD and play about 3-4 numbers off of that. Yeah, I might throw in a little Atlantic Star. Okay. Music that we grew up on. Many of you don't know the music that brought you into this world. Have to go back to a guy that I was with for a few years. Pastor Albert Leon Green. One of my ex-wives is his baby sister. And I traveled with Al. And if you know anything about the 70s, you know about love and happiness, for the good times, let's stay together. Those type of songs. Okay. Then you throw in Johnny Taylor's boom, 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 boom. I love you, lady. Things of that nature. See, now y'all going to choose a lover and all this stuff. Y'all going to make me go and pull out some other stuff. Even when you go back to Teddy and pull out stuff like, you got me going into, yeah, Jerry Butler. Man, these young folks don't know who Jerry Butler is? Huh? No. And I'm going to get into my subject. My subject today is going to be, I'm going to tell you how the subject came about in the bed, is the church and the homosexual. That's where I'm going this evening. And I'm going to tell you what brought me to that conversation. We can talk about cheetahs tomorrow in the noonday. And my shows are something, if something hits me, I wish you didn't trust, yeah. See, you young, Western Union, see, all right now. Y'all giving me all these songs and won't even be listening in the moment. But someone just mentioned Jerry Butler. Jerry Butler was called the Iceman. Still alive, still in Chicago. I think he's in politics or something. Jerry Butler had so many hits in the 60s and the 70s. I mean, you could go all day. Yeah, they got one. Get you one. What you need?
That charge is for you. Not the black one, the big charge.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And you think if you hurt me that I'll go away.
Stuff like that. That song was called Then you could go back to I will be playing Tasha's Statue of a Fool in the morning. Y'all don't know nothing about this. I'm going to the subject, man. You know, you have folks be complaining that I play too much music. No, that's not Marvin Gaye. That's Jerry. That was before you was born, girl. Big Red probably hadn't even met your mama. What's his dad name? Oh, Red. Because he ain't big. That was real music. Let me stop for y'all. Let me stop for y'all get excited. But Jerry Butler had a tune that when you wanted to make the girls think you could play the piano, because it was only 4 keys. It's just like when we wanted to play uh, "Lean on Me," it's 4 keys. But that was a song Jerry Butler did. See if you ever remember this. Then I'm going into the show. These were penny dropping songs. You kept a CD. Back then we had an 8-track. Do you know what 8-track is?
Yeah, I know that.
Your precious love means more to me than any love could ever be. For when I wanted you, I was so lonely and so blue. For that,
And if you could sing back in the day,
love will do.
you tried to sing that song to a girl, and she'd be so googly eyes, taking her drawers off with both hands. Reginald Johnson, are you the Reginald Johnson that I know that you just lost your wife? Young folks don't know nothing about no music. And the one thing that you never saw an artist back in the day, they didn't sing with no tracks. Everybody had a band. You can come on there in just a minute, fellas. We had music like that back today. Then you had songs like this. Reginald, you know my number. Text me. I want to talk to you on air in just a minute about what you're going through and the loss of your wife of 35 years over the COVID virus. Text me your number, man. Our young people don't know music. Everybody was dressed impeccably. The moves were polished. I'm just giving y'all a taste of what I'm going to do in the morning. Then we had songs. Songs had a monologue. Men would talk. Through the beginning of songs. Anybody remember this? That's that tear-jerking music. Panties still coming off. Anthony Brown, you don't know nothing about this?
Pardon me. Could I have a word with you a few minutes?
Reginald, text me your number. I'm going to call you
Here, sit down.
before I go to anything else.
How long have we known each other? About 10 months? Yeah, I think it's, yeah.
He was known as Black Moses.
You and John are real tight, aren't you? Yeah.
I'm just giving y'all a taste of tomorrow morning.
Oh, congratulations. Oh, he slipped it on your finger last night, huh? He's the luckiest man in the world, you know?
And now these dumbass promoters paying
Someone like you.
KT sold $10,000 for that
What I
band,
wanted to talk to you about is
and you ain't sold no tickets. I wonder why.
there's something that's been bugging me for about 5 months. And I've been carrying it around with me. And it's getting heavier and
Talk,
heavier
Isaac.
every day. And, you know, it's almost to the boiling point. I have to get it off my chest. Yeah. I'm not trying to be fresh or anything because I know you're John's girl, but I just have to tell you this. You see, I have a great deal of respect for you. I'm not being, you know, not going left field on you. But then, you see, I'm gonna take you back to my childhood in a way. See, we had quite a big family. We weren't, you know, very rich. Sometimes we lived from day to day. But one thing we did do, we went to church every
That means
Sunday. You know,
that
Mama
rug is
went to
11
church.
minutes long. Y'all know I ain't gonna play all of that. No.
Choir too. Yeah, I sang a little bit there. Sunday school. She taught us the golden rule, 10 commandments. And she said, son, do unto others as you have them to do unto you. She said, don't steal, don't rob, you know, all the things that good parents
J.
do,
White,
steal from their children.
WAGR
Well, you know, I
102.5
things like shoot hook. I guess every kid is shoot hook.
on
you
your
know,
tune in
bust.
app.
And she said, stay out of trouble. You know, when I was a teenager, I didn't, you know, break in or burglarize or rob anybody, you know. I tried to work with what I got, you know. Tried to be honest. You know, didn't commit no crimes or nothing. But you know, I had to wait until I reached manhood to commit a crime. According to the court of love, if there is such a court. But you know, sometimes you're forced into things like this. See, sometimes
Willie Williams.
Cupid can
Reginald,
shoot
I'm gonna call you
and
as soon as
get
I
out
finish
the
this
way.
because I want to talk about
And
your
you can
tragedy.
fall. And the more you
Just somebody asked, what is the name of this song? And you got 901 in front of
I
you.
don't take up too much of your time.
You from Memphis and don't know this?
You see, I'm not very
Oh, you
good
probably
with words.
young.
I'm here to tell you all of that. You know, to really say what I got to say. See, there's a lot of talk going around town. And I'm on the make for John's girl. You know, Ike is on the make for John's girl. But, you know, I don't mean to do anybody wrong because I don't want nobody to bother anything that belongs to me. But, you see, I've never seen anybody like you. I've never known anybody like you. And there's some things you just can't help. You know, at night I toss and turn. I try to keep it out of my mind, but you see, I find myself thinking about you. I just can't help it.
Y'all don't know nothing about my music like this.
Stand accused of loving you too much, and I hope I
I'm gonna stop giving my shows titles because my show go anywhere. Do y'all know anything about this song? Oh yeah. I need to make me a list. All right. Y'all catch me tomorrow. Those of you around the country, go to WATN. I mean WAGR. I'm getting all the call letters. Go to the TuneIn app and put in WAGR 102.5. I just thought I'd give out a taint of what I'm going to do in the morning. I ain't got no competition on the radio. None whatsoever. None. None. No. Because I'll be able to hit something in the morning like this. Y'all know anything about this one? I'm on there at 6 o'clock Central Time.
For all the world to see, a statue of a fool made of stone, an image of a man who let love slip through his hand, and then let him stand there all alone.
And you're able to text me while I'm on there, all the numbers that I give out, and I do shout outs. I'm the only announcer in America that does shout outs.
Then inscribe the world's greatest fool and name it after
6 to 10. I'm just giving you a taste. That's what the old folks said. From down in the country. Just a taste.
And I think it would show, and everyone would know. Concealed inside is a broken heart. So build a statue and oh, build it high, so the world can see. Then inscribe the world's greatest fool.
And I'll probably put on something like this here.
Can I go on my way without you? Whoa, how can I know?
Oh, now you know this song.
If I go on
All you young folk kill me.
without
You don't know music.
whoa,
Them rappers ain't singing.
where would
They holler. Yeah, yeah, you know, I got this bitch that comes 8, 9 times a night, and I block her, and she say, ain't nobody watching me. God. And if I feel like it, I'll do something like this. As we call them on radio, the elements: earth, wind, and fire. All right. Instagram that got upset, so let me stop. Oh, Miss Lucille, what you know about that? Y'all gotta join me in the morning. I gotta stop, brother, with it. Instagram and put that notice up. I done played too much. Y'all gotta tune me in the morning. But I can just give you a taint to see. I'm about to be shut Instagram all over. I'm gonna take you back to your childhood in the morning.
Sometimes a girl will come and go. You reach for love, but life won't let you know that in the end you'll still be loving her. But then she's gone. You're all alone.
I gotta leave this alone.
I never learned
To give myself. I've been a fool. Right now I need someone else. Well. I gotta let this alone now.
Just like boy blue eyes, I blow my horn if you just leave me home.
Baby,
Baby, I should have known.
tell us about it.
It takes a fool tonight, that love don't come nobody.
All right, tune me in the morning. Okay. I can't keep them coming, darling. I can't keep them coming because Instagram has this thing. They let you play a little bit, but I didn't play too much. Join me on the radio, 6 o'clock Central Time. I'm so glad it's my blues show. And I don't have to play by nobody's rules but mine. I am the best at what I do. He or she, they can beat me doing what I do in the morning. They mama and daddy have not met, have not held hands, ain't got no sugar, ain't had no intercourse. That means that they have not been born yet. I intend on playing my motherfucking ass off in the morning. I'm not just, you know. So, and I had somebody come on here. Damn, I got started all over again. I had stopped. Damn, Instagram. See, that's what happens. See, that's the reason I can't do it on Instagram. They cut. Y'all come on back, Sheila, because I want to get into a phone call. I'm on 5 radio stations at the same time. So you can listen, Caramel Skin, at WAGR 102.5. Okay? Yeah, come on back, Instagram. I told y'all they weren't going to let me keep on doing that because I was getting into my groove. It's the Tune, Tamara, it's the Tune In app. In fact, you need to go and find the Tune In app now so you're ready for me. It's 6 o'clock Central Time. Six o'clock Central Time. You know, they ain't gonna let me keep on playing all that good ass music. Ugh. Back in my early days of radio, we played that kind of music late at night. Late at night. We call it baby making music, penny dropping music. So now, if y'all don't want to make no babies in the morning, don't listen to me. I got one girl, she's on my page all the time, Shanita. Shanita's from Memphis, but she lives now in Minneapolis. I got to playing that shit one morning. And I think she pulled out a vibrator, got off, then called a man that she ain't seen in a long time. She hadn't had no dick in a while. Called the man, and they've been together ever since. I got the kind of music that'll make you do that. I play the kind of music, ladies, that'll make you touch yourself. Now, I'm warning you, because I know how to play that shit. Now, I'm warning you, if you don't want to touch yourself, don't listen to me in the morning. I have you at your desk playing with your pussy, so don't. And I'm literally meaning that. Those of you who have been following me know that I've had women to technically call me on the air whether I was on radio or whatever I was doing, playing with their pussy. You just get hot. Just get hot. Yeah, that's what we called it back in the day, quiet storm. But I wasn't a quiet storm. I was a raging storm. When I played that shit at night, oh, Lord have mercy. All right, let me get something serious. Oh Lord. And I just thought I'd give you a quick lesson on what real music is all about. Well, I'll make you roll over and jump on top of him and fuck him hard. One Nina. Nina with me every morning. Uh, oh Lord. All right, let's get to a serious nature. Brother Anthony Brown coming through Memphis tomorrow. It's over here on the YouTube. Owns his own uh, rig. Yeah, that shit, Shanita. Didn't I turn you out this morning, Shanita? Shit. Uh, yeah, thank you, Bridget. If you want to go back and listen to some of my old shows, go to mixcloud.com. Okay? Mixcloud.com. Bridget is down in Baton Rouge. She listens to me. If you want to go back and listen, every night, every day's show is on Mixcloud. Go to Mixcloud. Thank you, baby. You on both sites putting it on. Thank you. You love me some. You on both sites putting it down, Bridget. Thank you. Go to, and she's got it up there, download the Mixcloud app. Search for the Thaddeus Matthews Raw Blues and Soul Show. And I just put in Cuss and Pastor. And you can hear my past morning shows. Okay? You can hear my past morning shows. What I did this morning, if by chance you miss what I do in the morning, or Saturdays you really need some real blues because y'all ain't got none where you are, you can get 4 hours of blues by going to mixcloud.com. Putting it on, and you get the whole 4-hour show. 4-hour show. Okay, let me go into this. And I'm going to stop giving my shows titles. Because once I get on the air, unless it's something that is just happening big in the world, I'm subject not to stay there. My show is a totally unscripted show. I have ideas of what I'm going to do. And that shit don't happen. Okay? That shit don't happen. So I'm going to have to start finding another name in the evening time, or date the shows or what. Because a lot of times I don't stay on the subject that I said I was going to do. And I was going to do, because of, I ran into a fella that I know today while I was eating my little lunch. And maybe that's what made me a little sick there, because I don't entertain people when I'm eating. But he's an old man. He's an old man. And I try to deal with old people because one day I'm going to get older. And I'm going to probably be worse than somebody. Okay? So the man came over and he recognized me. I didn't have on no custom pastor gear. Um, I've been watching you da 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 for years, and he wanted to go into homosexuality and what Christian people should be doing. And I had to cut him up a little bit, not much. He'll still live. I just scratched the surface. And I told him, I said, while church folk are so concerned about the sissy in the church, I mean the sisters in the world, what about all the sisters in the church? That's why I meant to go, and I might still take time and go there. But I saw a friend of mine here on the page. In fact, Reginald, go and call me. You call me now. 901-231-9239. You gonna call me. Because I'm gonna put you on this big box and they can hear you better on this box. It's 901-231-9239. Reginald and I met quite a few years ago when his son was murdered. And I got involved and we talked about it on the air. Just recently, I think this up.
Call from
Reginald Johnson.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Reginald, how you doing this evening, man?
Hanging in there, man. Just love, but I'm hanging in there. Thank
Okay.
you.
I wanted to do this because I want people to understand the severity and the emotions behind the COVID. As I said, I met Reginald a few years ago and I dealt with his son's death on TV. Recently, I found out that Reginald, who was married to his wife for 35 years,
Yeah.
lost his wife to the COVID virus. Reginald,
Yeah.
tell me what happened, man.
Well, excuse me. That was it. Well, man, I had been putting it off on the shot and everything, and and just kind of, I guess I wasn't promoting it like I should with my wife and stuff. So we were sitting at home, man, and she had been kind of dragging around a little bit, and my son came over. One of my son came over and told the mama, you need to go get tested. And so she got tested on the 22nd of April, and the 23rd, which is that Friday, they called her that morning and told her that she tested positive for COVID-19. And I had just got my first shot on the 6th of April, and she just said she was just going to wait and see how it do me, and stuff, and never got that opportunity, man. Yeah.
She died how soon after finding out that she had the COVID?
She got tested on the 22nd, and I took her to the hospital on the 25th because she was kind of like she was gasping for breath. She woke up early in the morning on the 25th and looked like she was just kind of like she was short of breath. And I told her, because she one of the kind of people that you have to almost make her go to the hospital. She wouldn't go to the hospital for nothing. So I told her, I said, I'll tell you what, you're going to go to the hospital by ambulance or I'm going to take you. That was on the 25th of April. And took her to the hospital on the 25th of April, and she died 5 days later on the 30th. Yeah.
So, man, how are you dealing with this? I mean,
it's hard, man. That music that you played tonight is music that me and her sit and listen to all the time. And I'm telling her, man, the music that you played brought back memories of how we used to sit here in the house. And, that is, I used to hate nighttime. I used to like nights because we did home, me and her to be together, and I could rest at night. But man, I hate nightfall because she's not here, man. I'm telling you, that is, this is one of the worst. I lost my son, like you said, in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
This has been one of the worst things that I have been through in my life, man. You know, I tell my, you know, I probably have to get off this phone because I'm getting emotional now, man, because I tell you that it's hard, man. 35 years, and then you die alone. I couldn't go to the hospital to see her. You know, she was in ICU, and they would call me every day with information and stuff like that, and that was, I really thought that she was going to make it.
So
I see now this COVID.
you, so Reginald, you couldn't go when your wife was placed in the hospital. You couldn't visit her.
No, I couldn't go. When I dropped her off that morning at the hospital, I thought I was going to be able to sit in the waiting room. Whether, I was able to sit in the waiting room, but they took her back, and immediately they started working on her and stuff. And when they admitted her, man, I tried to go see her. They told me I couldn't go see her, and they had to put her in ICU the next day after they admitted her, man, and they wouldn't let me go. And they did me a video thing, where I could see her. I got to see her. And they let me do a video where they put a video in the room where she had, but she wasn't responding, man. They had tubes down her throat and stuff like this, man. And I never seen my wife in that condition. And the only time they ever let me see her again was the day that they told me to rush to the hospital. And that's the day that she died, into the 30s. Last time I seen her.
So you rush your wife to the hospital.
Yeah.
You go into the hospital. They admit her, and they tell you, Reginald, you can't. So the last moments of memory that you have with your wife is in the car, taking her to the doctor.
And that isn't, excuse me, amazing. That's what really affects me a lot. It's because I feel like that I took her to her death. But I know if I had left her here at the house, that is the way that she was breathing. If I had left her in the house in another day or so, she'd have died right here in my bed. But I think I did the right thing to take her to the hospital, and that's why that is. I kind of like been beating myself up, which I know I shouldn't, but I think I did the right thing to take her because she was breathing like 30 to 35 times a minute, just gasping for breath.
Okay.
So I just couldn't let her sit there and suffer.
Well, man, you have my condolences. And, I didn't know until I heard Pastor Floyd talking about it. I said, man, I know him. He's been a supporter of mine for years. I said, he would come by the church all the time.
Yeah.
Man, but
That's because I appreciate everything you do, man.
and nobody can tell you how to grieve. Okay. And it's got to hurt. Are you at the house by yourself now?
Yeah, I'm at the house by myself, man. I got two other kids here in Memphis, the other two stay in Texas, man. But they tell me, say, Dad, I hate to see you like this, and I don't even want to come by here because of the memories of Mama, and stuff. And I understand, but I'm here every day by myself, man. And I just pray, and I try to go somewhere during the daytime where I can be out of here, just for an hour or two, and I come back here. But nighttime is the worst time, I kind of deal with a little bit better in the daytime because it's light.
Mm-hmm.
But nighttime is the worst time, man. It's hard at night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's
So,
it, man. I just actually, for some reason, I started calling you, text you last night. I started texting you last night and asked you to pray for me, man.
mm-hmm.
Because you're the only person that I thought about, man. So I texted Pastor Floyd, and he prayed for me, man. And I just, I appreciate you, man. But I tell you, this is the worst experience in my life. That's why I carried all my kids. Go get vaccinated. At least
Are you planning on staying in that house?
Yeah, I have no. I did want to sell it, but then I said, well, she didn't die here. The house is paid for.
Okay.
I'm 60-something years old. I can't
Yeah.
afford to go buy there another.
Yeah.
I don't have no house note, stuff. We don't have a condo, so I'm pretty stable, you know, and stuff. But I'm just gonna stay here because, you know, I just can't uproot and just go buy another house, you
Right.
know. But I appreciate it, man, and you know, that is it's rough, man. It's
But
rough, man.
but you do realize, Reginald, that you got to keep on living, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, and we always say that God makes no mistakes. Okay, and it's all in God's hand, and that sounds good from a biblical standpoint. That sounds good, but when it touches home base with you, brother, it's a totally different thing. Because
yeah.
if you've lived with this woman for 35 years, and I don't know how long you've been in the house that you're in now, every
32.
every room that you go in,
Yeah,
there's a memory. I mean, that
yeah,
there's nowhere that you can walk in that house that there is not a memory. And
right.
it was hard to deal with your child being killed.
Yeah,
But when it's your wife, it's because see, when in the death of your son, you had your wife.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, you had to.
yeah,
She was there to console you. You were there to console her. But now you find yourself. People came for the funeral service. You get the pat on the back saying it's gonna be all right, and you know you go to the cemetery, and then you leave the cemetery all alone, man.
yeah, yeah,
And you had to
yeah,
return to an empty house,
yeah,
man. But my prayers are for you, and if that's anything that I can do for you, you got my number. You got my main number. So, uh,
yeah. I appreciate you.
man,
Appreciate you, Dad.
I mean, just
Just actually just continue to pray for me, man. Just continue to lift me up, man. 'Cause I tell you, I'm hurting, man, and you know, and I just really appreciate everything that you have done for me in the past, and I just appreciate you so much, man. And just ask you to just keep me lifted up, man. And just keep me in prayer, man, because I'm gonna get through this, man. But I just wanted to just thank you, man, for everything that you have done. And
well,
thank you, man, for
I
having
pray
that
that
vaccinated to get shot.
God gives you strength, brother. Okay,
Thank you,
I
man.
I I
Thank
pray
you.
that He gives you consolation. I pray that He soothes your troubling mind.
Yeah,
I pray that He comes into your very midst, not only in the daytime, but when you need Him most, when you really can feel the absence of your wife, that He comes and give you His presence. Man, I know
thank
you're a
you.
man. I know you're a man of faith, and there is nothing that anybody can say that can tell you not to cry. Man, cry when it becomes necessary.
Yeah, yeah.
Because God
Thank you, brother.
made your tears so that you be able to release some of the pressure off of your heart. There is no replacement. And this thing that we call grief, it can only get better day by day. 35 years is a
Yeah,
long
we was
time.
together for we was,
Huh?
yeah, we was together 45 years. We was together
Y'all was
45
together
years.
45 years.
35. Yeah,
And
right there
see,
on 7th Street, man. We grew up
you,
right there on 7th Street.
man,
Yeah,
you,
all my life.
so all of your life you've been with this woman.
Yeah,
Because me and you all be
yeah,
about the same age.
yeah. I'll be 63 my birthday.
Okay,
I think you will be
okay,
64.
yeah. So even when we were in high school, so yeah, yeah. So, brother, you've had this woman all of your life.
Yeah,
Your friend, your confidant, and now you find yourself just lonely, man. You find yourself without,
Yeah.
and nothing is going to cure it but time, brother.
Yeah.
Reginald, call me whenever you need to. I don't care what time of day or night it is. If I'm on the air, call me, man. Okay.
And I appreciate you, brother. And I thank you so much for just taking the time out to just, and just therapy, just you talking to me, man. I really appreciate you so much, and I thank you and just enjoy you.
I got fully vaccinated yesterday,
Okay.
and I was totally against it for a long time. But when I heard about you, and Floyd also had a member
Yeah.
that lost her husband and her son. So this thing is real. It's not play.
Yeah. She,
Uh,
yeah. She died. I got my last shot April the 30th, and I got my shot that morning, and she died April the 30th that night.
so
Yeah.
let me ask you this: when your wife passed, were you able to go to the hospital at that point, or did you just have to call for a funeral home to pick up her body?
Well, they called me and asked me to get to the hospital quick, because her vitals was dropping. Everything was just down. So they asked me how quick can I get to the hospital. I told them about 10 minutes. So I got to the hospital and went up to the ICU, had to double up mask and everything, gown and everything. And when I got there, man, like she stayed there long enough for me and my two kids that's here to see her. And we were trying to talk to her through that glass. They wouldn't let us in the room, but we were talking to her through that glass door. And then all of a sudden the bell started ringing. And they went in there and started hitting her, pumping and stuff. So it was just too late. So, yeah, I didn't get a chance. When I got the chance to go up there, she was dying then. But I did make it, just told her I love her, man. Yeah, so this COVID it's a lonely death, man. But I got my shots, and I encourage people to get this vaccination, man, because I tell you, it can save your own, it may save your life, man. God, I appreciate you so much, man.
Amen.
You know,
We'll talk.
thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Hey.
Man. What do you say behind a call like that? And some of y'all think that this is a plaything. And I know that brother. I've known him since high school. Okay. He was a financial supporter of the ministry. Woo! That thing fucked me up there down there. I'm gonna tell you shit. Huh?
She was vaccinated. He said she would wait. Said she gonna wait to see what.
He had got vaccinated. And
Right.
he said that she was gonna wait to see what type of reaction that he had. That's the reason I stay away from strange people. I do. I'm so, and I used to be so busy out in the streets. Shit, I stay up in this house. I'm having some cousin pastor mass made. Ooh. At first, I thought it was a joke. At first, I wouldn't even put on a mask. But I do now. A couple of restaurants here in Memphis, in the Midtown area, Drew's and the pumping station, have decided you can't come in their establishment without a card. Think I need to carry my own card. Yeah. Yeah, put it in my wallet.
Maybe just take a picture of it too.
Okay. Uh, this thing is real. Okay. When you see people dying, and the hard part, here's a man, 45 years, 10 years prior to marriage, they were together. 45 years together. He's 63. That's most of his life. Yeah, I need to take a picture of mine. I need to take a picture of mine. In fact, take a picture of it and send it to my phone. Uh, them kind of calls get the heebie-jeebies, or whatever kind of jeebies you want to call them. I didn't have the pleasure of knowing his wife, but I've known him since high school. Some folk can't stay together 45 minutes, and he done stayed with a woman 45 years. He had problems dealing with the death of his son. Well, he said 2014, I think he said. That's what it was. And here we are. The last memory that you have of your wife, I'm pulling up to the hospital to take you in. And I'm thinking, everything gonna be all right. You're gonna take a shot or something, and you're coming on back home to me. It's just something that they'll let you look through the glass when she's dying. But they wouldn't let him look through the glass. No other way while she was in the ICU. You wouldn't let him suit up. Bonita, I'm going to take it in the fall. Baby, don't fall dead first. Don't put it off. And I'm not trying to make any of you go. And if anybody knows me, can't nobody make me do nothing. But Neil gave me one of them come to Jesus meeting with a glass of wine, and I went, took the first one. In fact, I took the other one. I ain't even took this Band-Aid off yet. All right, phone lines are open. Hell, I don't know what to say to y'all. Shit. 901-231-9239. They said I've been wrestling with this for months. You better go ahead on and take it. I know they said, I don't know what's in there. You don't know what's in there. I don't. You don't know what's in the aspirin? I take nothing. You go back and get to myself. Oh. Neil, I'm going to go back to Walgreens to get some of my, about 6 medicines I take? I can't even pronounce the damn name, so I don't know what's in it. If they wrote it on the side, I wouldn't know what's on it.
Call from
Where the bull dice at?
Man, I don't want to talk to no goddamn fool right now. And how can you be a fool when you've heard what the conversation I've just had? How can you call me and be a damn fool? And better than cussing you out, I just hang up on you. How can you be that ignorant, brother? That means you have no compassion at all. You're just a damn fool. Since I've taken the vaccine, have I had? No, I haven't had any side effects. None that I can tell. Am I tired some days? I'm tired a lot of days. So, but I haven't had any aches. I haven't had any pains. My arm was sore just a little bit, and it didn't get sore till last night, so this morning I put some alcohol on it. Okay. So, you know, I'm able to do this. I sat over there and took me, after I went to eat, I don't know whether it was the food or what, I didn't, it wasn't, I didn't feel good after that. I came home. I usually do my startup music for the morning. I didn't do that. I just sat there and I relaxed until it was time to do the show. But when you take your medicines from your doctor, hell, you can still have side effects.
Call from
Darius Jones.
To accept, press 1. To send voicemail, press 2.
Go ahead, Darius.
Yeah, good evening, Pastor.
Good evening, man.
I just want to say that my thoughts and prayers are with that caller, that Reginald,
Yes.
talking about his losing his wife. I just want to say that before I have my statement about COVID. My story is I was against the vaccine earlier this year, but after I seen my barber die from COVID last year and just seeing people around me getting sick, then when they opened up here about my age group getting a shot, I fought against it.
Mm-hmm.
But after I had a talk with my grandma, my mom, and they said, just go and get the shot, I finally decided to get the vaccine, and I'm glad I made that decision.
Well, we have a lot of children in the Memphis area that are passed. I think we've had reports of 3 children dying. A local school right across the bridge in Memphis, in Marion, Arkansas, has nearly 900 people. Okay, nearly 900 people that they're putting in. I believe it's isolation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, this thing is real.
yes, sir.
And
I plead to, I'm sorry.
and I think that people that listen to Reginald should now have a different take on this thing, man. He was emotional, made me emotional. Man, yeah, and I agree with the brother on here. We are in a state of emergency in this country, And we are not taking it, many people are not taking it serious.
Sadly not. And I beg and plead. I said, do this for your family's sake. Do you want to be on a ventilator, in ICU? That's when I weighed in the thoughts when I got my shot. I said, I can't take that chance. I got two nieces. I got to do this for my family's sake.
Mm-hmm.
And I still wear my mask when I go in public.
All right, Darius.
This is real.
It
Thank
is.
you, Pastor, for letting me speak.
All right. It is real.
Bye-bye.
It is real. Yeah, people have died that's taking the vaccination. We all gonna die. But anything that tells me that it may prevent it, I'm for that. Okay, I'm for that. Okay. Many people are surviving it. And you're right, Global. People going to the hospital with the COVID, then they're begging for the vaccine. But it's too late in many cases. You're scared to cough around people. Scared to have a runny nose. Walaikum salam, my brother. I'm not up on the boosters yet. I haven't read enough about it. But I'm going to take anything that is necessary to stay alive. I am. I took the Pfizer vaccine. I'm so glad I'm not in a regular radio station. I'm glad that I don't have to leave here to do TV. I had to change. If I was doing regular radio, I had to change the mics every day. I carry the filters around with me. So I'm just on alert. Phone lines open. Area code 901-231-9239. Brother Brown, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. He's coming through, picking up 50 coffees. So still me mailing him. He's already paid me. Coming through tomorrow. Pick up 50 coffees. And I got a whole nother big case over here. Came in the mail today. You want to order the coffee, 5-4-60. Do that. I don't have any of the men's coffee until next week, but I got plenty of the women's honey. You can get that. Same price. I'll do the same promotion that I did earlier today. 5 coffees, 5 female honeys, and a t-shirt for, what is it, $100. Okay.
Call from Diane. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling in regards to the topic tonight. And I'm calling about transgender, okay?
You call me about what?
Transgender.
Man, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the COVID virus. Bye. Sit ass woman from Las Vegas. You just read the title. You ain't listening. Why you know what said I'm pregnant? Yeah, we don't even go down to the bar no more. Shit. Several reasons. One, because they ain't got no security in there no more. I saw Charles the other day, and I asked him how come they didn't have no security in there. Well, we all got a gun. We all strapped.
Oh.
I said, well, goddamn. Okay. Okay. Let's not worry about it then. I saw a big music event that they had in Chicago over the weekend. What they call a hula hoopa, loopa loopa. Who? Whatever it was. Looked like a couple of 100,000 people together. That's too many people in one place. I do believe that there's going to be another shutdown.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
You ain't got no name, motherfucker. You think I want to talk to you? Because I don't feel like the sitting this tonight. I'll tell you. Palooza, whatever the fuck it was. Whatever it was. There was too many folk in one place. Y'all ain't taking this thing seriously. The funeral home is. The cemetery. Do you know what a COVID person, that the folk that dig the graves now, having to dig the graves with gloves on? Do you know that when you are embalmed now, when you die, they embalm you just like you had the AIDS? They have to put on double suits. Masks, helmets. Because you are dead does not mean that the virus is dead. You can call me if you want, bro. Yeah, hazmat suits. That's what y'all call them, hazmat suits. Yeah. It's almost become to the point where in the morgue, everybody's going to be uh, with the mask, hazmat. Because we don't know where you can get the dead folk the virus. 901-231-9239 is the number. 901-231-9239. when this thing first started happening in New York, they didn't have room in the funeral homes. They just throw them on the back of meat trucks, refrigerated meat trucks. You die, they just throw you up in the back of the meat truck. Natasha says the wake-up call for me is remembering the constant ambulances 24/7 and the refrigerated trucks full of bodies. An image I'll never forget.
Call from
Travis.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's your name?
Travis.
What's on your mind, bro?
Yeah, I know you're talking tonight about the COVID vaccine. Most recently at our job, I work for a nuclear facility.
You work for what kind of facility? Wait a minute.
A nuclear facility.
Where y'all make the bomb?
And, well, they used to make bombs there a long time ago, sir. And, well, they had what they call a liquid waste, where they used to burn off plutonium rods and tanks and this whole process. But I work in the area that deals with transferring the waste. But they separated us a while back when COVID hit. Actually, they sent everybody home and paid us. Didn't have to do unemployment. They paid us the whole time we were out. And you know, at first they wanted you to self-declare for high risk. Meaning if you had any type of, you know, what CDC was saying, you know, if you had any of the pre-existing conditions, you could get out. And so then the second time they wanted you to present documentation. So they took us home on a grand total of 2 times, 3 months each time. They brought us back. And, you know, this time with the vaccine, I got vaccinated well. I had the Pfizer vaccine, like stuff. And they sent out an email one day, and of course, you know, they politicized this whole thing, you know. Most of the Trumpsters, they don't want to get vaccinated. They don't give a damn. They don't want to wear no mask. Like the stupid ass governor in Florida come out, don't put on no mask. But look at what he got on his hands now. You know, it's running rampant in Florida. But so they sent out an email said, if you've been vaccinated, you don't got to wear your mask no more. Now, mind you, people at the job already kind of skating the rules anyway. You know, they weren't wearing the mask. If you were in an office by yourself with the door closed, you had your mask off. But if you were walking around anywhere, you're supposed to wear your mask. Well, as soon as they said that, nobody had a mask on. You feel me? Not one person had a mask. Now, mind you, we already had scales on the job where we've been in facilities, like in areas, work areas, in changing buildings where we change into our PCs, where, you know, they don't tell us until 3 or 4 days later that somebody on the job that we was covering, hell, they had COVID, and we in the same building. They said shit. You know what I mean? And we just had a guy recently, had the guys on the excavation site, and what I do is called RadCon, and we were covering the guys that were doing the excavation. Well, come to find out, 2 of the guys got COVID. One of the guys got both of the guys went to the hospital. One guy, he was made into an inpatient. And we were going to another job, you know, a couple days later, they come back and tell us, damn man, he died. You know, God bless him and his family, you know what I'm saying? But hell, don't you think you should have told us that?
Yeah.
That he had COVID prior. Any of the person that was on the job that was actually covering the job that was less than 6 feet from this guy, the whole job, talking in the same area, in the same building, changing out. They didn't tell him shit. He heard it from me. When I told him, he said, man, you got to be joking. So they went to management and said, hey, we want to get tested. Well, how about these damn fools? Because again, like I said, work with a bunch of folks, you know, those types. They didn't want to get the vaccine, so they were giving vaccines on site. They just sent all the vaccines back because they was going to expire because nobody was using them. And stopped doing the rapid testing because nobody was going to get that.
Okay.
So they told told the guy, I said, well, look, y'all don't worry about it. Y'all, we ain't gonna do the rapid test right now. You know, we just sent, they just stopped it. We got to get it back out here. But we'll just wait until see if somebody else gets sick, and then all y'all go get tested. Now, what type of bullshit is that?
You gonna wait to see if somebody else die?
Yeah, I mean, it's unreal. I mean, the stuff. I mean, it's the stuff they got going on is unreal, and I just feel like a lot of these businesses set their stuff up for lawsuits. But I wanted to ask you because that's kind of part of the reason I called. Didn't they have something prior that they signed that Trump got passed before he left about businesses couldn't be sued for COVID, like if you catch COVID on the job or something like that?
I am not totally familiar with that, but also understand that once Biden came into office, a lot of things that Trump mandated no longer exist.
Okay.
You got to check what the policies of the company is. So, what is the policy on your company at your company about the COVID and being vaccinated?
Well, they, of course, when Biden signed it into for the 2.5 million government employees who wear masks on the job, we are basically work for the federal government. We work for DOE, Department of Energy. So
Okay.
we went to the mask. We have to stay 6 feet apart while working. If we cannot stay 6 feet apart, your manager is supposed to walk the job down and see if there's a way that you could do it with standing 6 feet apart. If not, everybody has to wear those N95 masks.
Okay.
You're supposed to wipe down the government vehicles when you ride in them. No more than one person in a golf cart. No more than, like, just say, for instance, if you're sitting in a Tahoe or something, you got to have a armrest in between each person. You got to ride with the windows down and damn heat. Okay, no.
Wait a minute. You can't cut the air conditioner on?
You can cut the air conditioner on, but you got to have all the windows down.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute. That kind of defeats the purpose. So what do
Exactly.
So wait a minute. What do they say that the air conditioner does?
Okay. So if you're sitting in a car and it just says this for you in there, and you don't have the air conditioning, and you know everybody got different masks. Not everybody wearing K95 masks. So if you got the air conditioner running, and you got the windows up, and it's circulating in the car, it's spread. It's easy for you to catch. So they want you to have the windows down.
With the air on.
You can cut that with the air on. It ain't gonna help nobody but the guy in the front seat. I mean, he'll get a little breeze, but hell, the truck ain't getting cool. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of stupid to me. What else they got? Of course, I said about there's no more than 2 people in the office at a time. You're going to have one person in the office without the mask. If you do have 2 people in the office, both of you got to have your mask on at all times. You can only pull it down, and this is the thing they were about to write people up for. If you was drinking a bottle of water, eating a pack of crack, every time you lift your bottle up to your mouth and drink it and put your bottle down, if the manager walked past and see you got your mask down, but you got a bottle of water in front of you, they question you. So they made a rule that it didn't matter because again, think about who we talking about now. I work around a bunch of folks. So they would open a bottle of water, just sit it in front of them, so they ain't had to wear the damn mask. So the manager come by every time they would say, well, I'm drinking. You know, I mean, it's just silly. To me, it's like, listen, if you don't want to get vaccinated, I get it, but wear your damn mask. You know,
Yeah.
it's the bottom line. You know, and I started to call you last night because somebody called me, was talking hella stupid on your show. And it was a surgical tech and made all surgical tech in the world look bad. But I did that before I started working in nuclear facility. And I went to the hospital the other day to do my certification, and they had a cold triage call while I was on the computer. I said, well, you know, asking nurse manager, said, hey, there, boy, what's up with this cold triage? They said, oh, not again. The ERs are overwhelmed with COVID, with people with COVID-like symptoms, They are so overwhelmed in the ER that they're having to take nurses and techs from other floors, from day surgery, wherever, send them down to basically a conference room and designate all of them to the ER. I mean,
Okay.
this shit is really going to get serious,
Okay.
you know. And I'm seeing it from both sides. So I mean, I just pray for everybody stay safe and use the damn common sense. That's what you need.
Hi, brother. I appreciate your call. Where you calling from again?
All right, Pastor. I'm calling from Augusta, Georgia, sir.
Okay. Thank you, brother, for calling.
All right, you have a good one.
You too, sir. That was some good information. So if you're in a car with somebody, because you bring the air conditioner, you breathing the same air?
Because you know, you had the air on, you have your vents to circulate inside. You pull the air from the inside, not the outside, when it's hot. You see what I'm saying? So it's pulling hot air. So you think you're just recirculating the same air that you got in there?
So when me and you in the car together, we gotta ride with the windows down.
No. Yep. You ready? You ready?
I can't stand the heat. That was some great. Here comes something now. Wait a minute, let me read this. Come on up, come on up. I'm waiting for something to pop up. Airlines are canceling a record number of flights, leaving travelers stranded at airports. If your travel plans include flying, it could take longer than you think to reach your destination. More than one U.S. airline has been experiencing significant problems, resulting in a large number of canceled flights for travelers. Find out more so that you can better your traveling plans. Huh?
Spirit and American Airlines.
Spirit cancels thousands of flights over the past 5 days. Across the country, Spirit Airlines has left passengers stranded at airports. The airline blames various operational issues such as weather, staffing, shortages, and technology problems for their problems. The cancellations are creating stress for many travelers. Okay. And we're supposed to be on a plane next week.
But American Airlines, theirs happened Sunday, but it was due to weather in Dallas. You know, Dallas their main hub.
Yeah, but we've had these weather problems as long as we've had airplanes.
I was gonna say, but they also laid off 40,000 people during the pandemic.
Okay.
So now,
Folk ain't there.
yeah, folk ain't there. So now
Because I was reading something about some flight in Atlanta, maybe it was Spirit, where they had to fly in some pilots.
So they said they're gonna hire thousands.
Godrive, I even talked about what, motherfucker? I'm gonna buzz you, dude. I just need to talk to a city motherfucker real quick. Maybe make me feel better. Have you even talked about the topic? What topic? Answer the goddamn buzz, motherfucker. What topic?
The one you say you cancel.
Huh?
The one that you say you cancel. Remember you said you put that topic, but you didn't do it tonight. This evening.
The what?
Remember you said you were gonna stop naming your shows because you got up on some told
Oh.
you already explained it.
Motherfucker, I buzzed you. Godfrey? Fuck. Come live with me, brother. Spirit's hiring like crazy. You just don't get no brand new pallets. Are you unable to join? Well, brother, you are unable to stay on my page. Well, I think the cruise lines were shut down. Hell, I couldn't take my cruise this year. What did the girl say was wrong?
Carnival, they closed all theirs down.
Yeah, Carnival closed their flights. I mean, flights. Yeah. And the ship that went out, hell, looked like everybody got sick on the. So you're almost scared to do anything. Life as we know it is at a standstill. All right. Come on and order your coffee now. Get you some coffee. Get you some honey. Okay? I got 5 honeys, 5 coffees, and a custom pastor t-shirt for $100. Okay. I'll have my mugs and my caps over the weekend. You want to get the 5 coffees, 5 honeys, the mug, like this one here, the t-shirt, and the cap, $150. Or if you ain't got but 60, 60 for 5. Okay? All right. 901-231-9239. It's 8 minutes before the hour of 9 o'clock. So if you want to get in, now's your time. Yeah. These cruise ships are not moving. These airlines are not moving. Well, do it, Mr. Smith. Let me tell you what you should do. Send me some money to Cash App. $ Naked Truth Ministries. I want to do a Hawaiian cruise next year, but damn, you can't plan anything now. I'm supposed to be in an airplane next weekend. Chris, you can call me if you want to. Mr. Smith, what you waiting on? Send me some money. Go and get that bundle. Ooh, something smelling good in the kitchen. What is it? Oh, yeah, I like that.
Call from Nastasia. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, Natasha.
Hey, Thaddeus, how are you?
I'm doing fine, darling. How are you?
Trying to make it. I'm good. I just wanted to kind of update you as to what's going on up here.
Okay.
COVID-wise.
And she's in the Brooklyn. She's in the Brooklyn, New York area. What's going on with them?
Well, what's going on is our mayor made some kind of a path that he's instituting that basically says that we have to have shots in order to go into public places like Broadway plays, restaurants, churches, just about anywhere we can go. We would have to show that path.
So let me ask you this, Natasha. Is Bell also, or whatever his name is, He's not the mayor of Brooklyn, is he?
Yes, he's the mayor of all 5 boroughs in New York City.
Okay, so that's just
So
a
this
borough.
pertains
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
It pertains to all 5 boroughs, but also he instituted the same thing with the city of New York employees.
Mm-hmm.
I also work for the city. I work for a college, a private college, and I work for the city of New York.
Mm-hmm.
And for all employees in the city of New York, we have to show that pass. We have to register our shot cards to prove that we're vaccinated. If not, we have to go for the weekly brain scrape test and prove that there's a negative result. So we're not going to be able to go anywhere without being vaccinated here.
So I know that he came down with you can't go into restaurants and to gyms without being.
Restaurants, gyms, right.
So
Correct.
is there for any other places as of yet?
Yes, most public places. Any public place you can name, we can't go into public places without having a shot. He's making it so that people will have to have shots only. And now this is the crazy thing because he's given these 5 huge concerts, big hip hop concerts, one in each borough, and the one in the borough of Manhattan is going to be the largest because it's going to be in Central Park. So that's going to be like our Lollapalooza with a lot of people. And I believe that's going to be a super spread. To me, he's doing too much because the thing is that he's instituting all this, but yet he's given all these different events that are attracting a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Like I can tell you, I live near what they call Restaurant Row, which is restaurants on every street, on both sides of the street of all cuisines. And what he does is he had the people to build these outdoor places that you can eat in instead of having to go into the restaurant. So that's crazy because that's taking up lanes of traffic that the buses and cars can't go down. People could barely walk the streets. But now he's also added another layer to that. Now what he's done is every Saturday he closes down the whole of Fifth Avenue, which is a major strip in Brooklyn, mm-hmm. and that's where all the restaurants are. He's closed that down so that people could just walk down there and choose whatever restaurant they want to and go and eat at the restaurant. So that means that cars can't go down those streets. The buses are rerouted, and that causes a lot of people to come down that avenue, to walk down that avenue. And people are not masked. People are not taking this seriously. They're congregating. There's no more social distancing hardly, and nobody's wearing a mask. But I don't care. I'm wearing my mask, and I even have a what do they call that? The shield. I have a shield. I have gloves. I have everything. I'm determined. I'm not going to get COVID, and they can clown me all they want to. I don't care. As long as I stay healthy, that's what I care about. Because I know I'm high risk. I have pre-existing conditions.
Okay.
So I keep myself away from people. I've basically been in my house. Both of my jobs are out of my house. And, I do things that way. I do everything in my house that I can. I order my groceries in. I've learned how to do everything online so that I don't have to go out there unless I have to. Because it's dangerous out there.
It is.
So what you're saying is correct.
It is. Well, Natasha, they say you stay safe, baby.
I will, because I tell you, I know that a lockdown's coming again. I know it. I feel it. And I tell you, I don't want to ever see or hear what I saw and heard before, because what we talked about those the trucks, the bodies in trucks, our funeral homes were so full, Thaddeus, that people couldn't even get into them. Mm-hmm. They were putting the bodies in the garages, in cars outside. and trucks outside of them. I mean, it's crazy. They're still burying people from 2000 and from 2020. They still have bodies at the dock in those.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They still burying folk from last year?
From last year, because that's how many people died.
So where the bodies at?
It's a mess. Down by the dock.
Down by the dock.
They're down by, on the piers. Yep, that's where they stored a lot of bodies.
In a
This
refrigerator.
thing is real.
In a refrigerator.
It refrigerated crates and stuff, refrigerated trucks, crates, just whatever they could put them in. They did put refrigeration on them, but the thing is that they were coming so fast and furious and so quickly that they didn't have enough people to bury them. And then also the other thing is that they had no place to put them because the cemeteries were full. You know, they couldn't get the people, in the ground fast enough. It's crazy.
So,
I don't want anybody to think that this thing is not real. It's real.
so if your mama died last year, she may not be buried yet.
May not be buried yet. And especially like a lot of those people are people that were like either very poor and didn't have burial funds or like that, or they didn't have people to advocate for them, because the people who were more aggressive about getting their loved ones buried, they more or less got buried first. Maybe not close to the time they died, but closer to the time than to wait like another year. So you have a lot of very poor people that suffered this kind of thing, and like I said, people who didn't have loved ones to advocate for them. But suffice it to say, it's a mess.
Yes.
It's pure mess.
I
And
would.
this is not just New York City; it's everywhere.
But I never would have thought that they were still trying to bury people that died last year, and they're sitting down by the dock of the bay.
Yep, that's where they put a lot of them, because there's a lot of space down there, and so they had to put them somewhere because the funeral homes couldn't take them, and then also the Department of Health and the different agencies got involved when they found out that there were people everywhere, because there came a time that during the worst part of COVID, no matter what they weren't even taking you in the hospital. Like, let's say if you had a heart attack or a stroke or whatever, they weren't taking anything like that. They were only taking COVID. So there was a time that it came on the news that they said that when you call the ambulance, when the ambulance get there, if you had a heart attack or stroke or anything else, they said that if you could breathe, that's fine. They would treat you. You weren't going to the hospital, but they would treat you. But they said if you stopped breathing, that they would leave you right where you were because they had no room to put you in the hospital.
Damn.
That's how serious they got. Yes. That's how serious it was here. And I believe we're going to get to that point again. So all I can tell people is to stay healthy as you can, take the shots, do what you're supposed to do, stay away from people, wear your mask, and just be careful, be vigilant, look every which way, and if it doesn't look right, don't go.
Yeah.
I know I canceled 3 vacation trips this year because of COVID.
Yeah, Mel just handed me a thing out of the Washington Post. Hundreds of bodies of COVID-19 victims are still in New York's refrigerated trucks more than a year into the pandemic. Down on the Brooklyn waterfront. More than a year later, hundreds remain in the makeshift morgues on the 39th Street Pier in Sunset Park. Damn.
Yep, that's not far from me. That's a very short bus ride, or like I would say about half a mile from here.
Mm.
Yeah, and they're also down. There were some down in Red Hook, which is like walking distance from me at that pier. But the most of them are at the Sunset Park pier, like the paper says. But it's sad. I mean, um, life as we know it is non-existent, to be honest with you, because you have to second guess everywhere you go, everything you do,
Mm-hmm.
everyone that you're around.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'll be honest with you, I dread going back to work in the office because I know for one, I have the sick unit. My people are already sick. I know my people. Most of them do not have their shots and they're not getting them. So they don't need to come to my desk. They need to pick up a phone and call me, or they need to text me, or they need to send me an email. They don't need to come near me because I know right before COVID began in January 2020, one of my workers gave me some kind of respiratory something or other. I don't know what it was, but I know it was hard to get rid of. I finally got rid of it. And so I told my boss, I said, when we do go back, if we go back, you need to put her somewhere far away from me because she's a germ carrier. I don't know what she's carrying, but don't put her anywhere near me. And I mean that.
Mm.
So, yeah, I can't even begin to tell you the half of it.
Well, you didn't told me enough.
Yeah, just trying to let you know what's going on in this part of the country.
I appreciate.
They're saying, oh sure, they're saying that Mayor De Blasio is setting a precedent, and he had even said that he hopes that mayors in other cities will follow suit. The thing with having the
Mm-hmm.
pass, so that restaurants and public places will only be filled with vaccinated people. The non-vaccinated will either stay home or miss out until they get a vaccination. So,
Well,
I don't know how
you
that's
know,
going to go.
and we're gonna have to have a discussion on our children. Schools go back in Memphis when next week,
Mm-hmm.
Monday. Schools reopen here in Memphis. Um,
Mm-hmm.
is Morgan them gonna be on virtual or they going back to the building? Okay. Um, it's they're gonna be masks and stuff, ain't they?
You better know it.
All right. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing with us, with the schools. The schools are just horrible. Because what's happening with the schools is that some parents are saying, I don't want my child sitting up in school all day with a mask. And then there are other parents who are saying, yeah, they need to have a mask on to protect themselves and to protect the teachers, and also so that they don't come
Mm-hmm.
home and bring home COVID. So that's a whole big debate right now. So they don't know what they're doing with the schools. So right now, all we know is that the schools are going back in person in September, but we don't know if that's going to change because the numbers are going up so rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know where that's going to be, but that's another thing. The kids who are 12 and older can get shot,
Okay.
but the kids who are under 12, they can't get shot. And that's the population that they're worried about that will be passing COVID to the teachers and to people at home. So it's a big mess.
Thank you, Natasha. I'll see you in the morning on the radio.
All right, see you in the morning. And I forgot to say hi, Mel. Take care. Be careful. Be safe.
All right.
All right.
She waving
Take
and
care, Thaddeus.
all right, baby.
All right, then. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'll keep on playing with this thing. I had no idea that folk died last year still in the back of them trailers. Okay. Hundreds of them. Somebody asked have they been embalmed. No, if they was embalmed, they would be in the trailers. They'd be at the funeral home. They'd be in the ground by now.
Oh, Lord, I think that's the smell of it. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, they in refrigeration.
Call from.
This your crazy ass friend, Pimp Joseph.
To accept, press 1. To send a
Someone talk
voicemail,
to
press
Jojo.
2. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Go ahead, JoJo.
What's going on, pal? Man, I ain't talked to you in a long time. I'm just checking in with you.
Okay. Do you even know what I'm talking about, JoJo?
Yes, sir, I do. But you know, I'm gonna say this on my mind. I got something to get off my mind. This LGBTQ bullshit is
So that ain't you ain't looking at the show. You read the title. That ain't what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no homosexuals.
well,
Bye, JoJo.
well then,
I'm gonna stop putting the title on my shows because I ain't doing them. Cause something else come across. I'm gonna just call it Thaddeus Matthews Unscripted. Ugh. I'll go live in the mountains. Anyone want to go? Let's. Okay. 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 Ooh, okay. It's after 9 o'clock? 12 minutes after 9. If you're going to call me, you better call me now. 901-231-9239. Come on. If you need some merchandise, come on, order your stuff. You want to go in business, I can put you in business. Between $300 and $500, I can put you in business. Thank you, Charlatan. I'm reading somebody on YouTube, and I've looked at her statements, and to me, it has no real substance to them. If you said you want my number, Erica the Libra, call me. Southern Iced Tea, Muhammad says, can I be on your show to educate our people on the benefits of herbal and holistic medicines? Send me some money. I am, Lenise, thinking strongly of ending the midday. I haven't made up my mind on that yet. I haven't made my mind up on it yet. And if you want to talk about your herbal and holistic medicines, you gotta send me some money, brother. You must think I'm welfare peanut, don't you? Ooh, I'm getting tired.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send.
901-231-9239. Reggie, what you say? You can buy a shirt when you get paid. Okay. Thank you, brother. Libra, Erica Levy, you said you wanted to call me. You better call me now. I'm female. Well, I don't have products, but I like to give our African American people info on. Well, baby, you still gotta pay me, baby. Shit. I'll get you a show.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Huh?
Yeah, just call me when you're ready. I'm going to the back.
Oh, I ain't gonna be here about a few more minutes. You still going to Walgreens?
Yeah, you want to go?
Huh?
Yeah, you want to go?
Give me about 5 minutes. I'm gonna get off this air. So I'll just fix some plate and put it in the microwave. Because I guess I need to take the medicine, so. Call and see if it's ready. That'd be the killing part.
Call from.
Eric from Houston.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Thaddeus, how you doing, brother?
I'm holding on, man.
Okay, it's been a while since I spoke with you since you was on TV. But I've been listening at you. I'm listening at you every day, twice a day. And man, I talked to my son, hopefully real good last night about going on getting a vaccine, you know, and I kind of been using you as a platform. As far as you were adamant about not getting it, I say, and Thaddeus' wife spoke with him on the people that he's around and medicines that he takes to keep him alive. You know, people say that we don't know what's in it and all that sort of thing. And a lot of medication we take, I'm like, you take shit, we don't even know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Because the doctor prescribed it, we take it, you know, and we don't question it. We keep on moving. So, you know, I just hope that got through to him because, you know, I told him, I said, man, I was like that too. And I actually, when I was in Tennessee, there, broke my ankle and went to the hospital here to get the cast and stuff off. And I went on and got my first shot about a week or so ago. So I go back on the 12th for my second shot, you know, and this thing, man, in Houston they just went to a red alert here in Houston, and you know that's the highest you can get, and they say they finding it in the wastewater everywhere. So you know it's like you say, man, people need to take this thing seriously. And actually, my sister sent me something that was supposedly from a nurse that said this Delta, man, you're not getting all these warning symptoms like you were getting with the other one. It's almost like when you know anything, it's too late, you know.
Well, I'm staying, brother. I'm staying away from people. I'm staying in the house. When I go in crowds, I got my mask on. Okay.
Exactly. Like I told my son, the thing that kind of saved me with this ankle, I say, man, I've gone to the hospital and I'm staying with my girlfriend, her partner right now, and I say, I'm back in the house. You know, days, and I never would think I would spend weeks in the house without going outside. I said, but man, that's what I've been doing. And that's kind of helped me not being around a lot of people, you know. But another thing, I've been intending to call you, man, and say, and I know you recognize it. It seemed like even when you was on TV, man, so many times the more serious your topics would be, it's like the most stupidest people would call in playing. You know, just stupid. You know, you giving them information that they probably won't hear nowhere else. And I know when you was on the TV, they would always call in. Something about you, look at that sweater you got on. Just stupid. Instead of taking the information that you giving a person, man, and try to help yourself or help somebody.
Well, that's the ignorance of our people, brother.
Yeah. That's what I say too, cause like I say, I listen to you twice a day, and I hear you hanging up on people all the time. And as I say, it's like the more serious the topic, the stupider they were. It's not quite as bad now as it was when you was on TV. But I mean, when you was on TV, man, them serious topics you had, man, and they just all the dummies look like they came out the woodwork.
Well, the dummies be up this head now. And thank you, hey man, hey, thank you so much from Houston. Y'all take care down there. Huh?
Okay, Thaddeus, you too. Let me say this real quick, man. It's so bad here that they had on the news a little 11-year-old girl, man. They had to isolate her 150 miles away because they didn't have any facilities to take her.
Well, yeah, we had an 11-year-old to die here.
Oh, did you? Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, all right, brother. I'm not gonna hold you. It's good speaking with you again.
Thank you, brother.
You take care and keep yourself safe.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
When he refers to me on TV, I spent 8 years on cable. Okay? So, we all right. I understand what you're talking about. There's a lot of people waiting on FDA approval. Why? A lot of stuff you take that's not FDA approved. You motherfuckers can die. I don't care. I didn't tell you about me. Just die then.
Call from
Huh?
Mackenzie.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail,
Who?
press 2.
Reefer.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Matthews?
I'm fine.
Hey, I just want to tell you, man, I'm from Memphis. I'm here in New York now, and I've been out all day long, and they letting people go in and out where they want to go in and out.
Well, you better hurry and get back to Memphis. Well, hell, it ain't no better.
Well, I just got here today, man. Yeah, we just got here today. We'll be here till next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And people are out, though. They out having a good time and sitting out, you know, at the picnic areas and stuff, out at the bars, and most people I'm seeing just getting around hustling on their bikes or whatever, doing the Uber Eats and DoorDash delivers and stuff, you know. It's a different beast up here, man. It's a different beast. You know, people got masks on, but the ones in the bars and restaurants, they just having a good time like they do down on Beale Street anywhere else.
Well, brother,
But other than that, it's been nice.
You stay safe, man.
Okay then, man. You know who I am, but I ain't gonna try to explain that to you tonight. But
Who are you, man?
You remember we had the Farrah deal with the Farrah home a few years ago, and a couple of times I was on your show when I helped you did a couple of things you was doing, raising money for people. Me and Gerald came in together one night when you was out there on
Man, what's your name?
Mackenzie.
You used to work at Family Mortuary?
No. It was a lady that had passed, and little short midget went released the body, and I came and did came on your show when you was on Poplar, when you was with the pharmacy guy, and he released the body.
When I was on Poplar.
Yep, you was on Poplar when you was with the guy had the pharmacist, Dennis.
Okay.
The one said you had a nigger show. What was his name? The pharmacist. He's no longer a pharmacist. I mean, Memphis now for places.
Dr. Taylor.
Yeah, Dr. Taylor. Yeah. You was right there on Poplar.
Oh, okay. When I was doing the morning TV show.
Yeah, the morning TV show. You was right
Shit,
there
nigga,
a couple times to raise money.
Man, that's been almost 10 years ago. How you think I'm going to remember that?
Yeah, I was just telling you, I see you all the time. I speak to you, but I don't just run up and, you know, just do a lot of gossip because I know you're a busy man, so.
Yeah. I don't like men just running up in my face no way.
Yeah, you know me, like I said, I done gave you money a couple of times to some things you did for people in the community. And like I said, one time, me and Gerald, I came up and Gerald came up, 5 or so minutes later.
The Gerald is dead. You talking about
take your paperwork.
You talking about, man?
Gerald Stewart, yes, sir.
He dead.
I know it. I know it.
I thought you didn't know he was dead.
Yeah, I know Gerald. No, I know Gerald's dead. Yeah. I was just trying to give you some incidents when we came in contact with one another.
Man, I still don't remember you. I see so many people, and that was 10 years ago. I done seen so many niggas since 10 years ago. Shit, I don't remember you, man.
You would if you saw me, you would.
I probably would if I saw you.
But anyway, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm finna get a shower and go to bed. Long day tomorrow.
Well, I'm glad you get in the shower.
All right.
You know, I really didn't care whether you washed your ass or not. Nah.
But I was just saying, it's all good, though.
Okay, well,
have a good night.
go and wash your ass. Wash your ass good now.
Congratulations to you on your wedding.
Yes, sir.
Your wedding also, man. You're married.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have a good one now.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Why nigga think I care about him washing his ass? I don't remember him going that shit. You know, I mean, people haven't seen the I went on before I did 8 years on the air at night. I did a morning show. Ooh, that killed me though. 7 to 9 in the mornings on cable. So I don't remember you, man. I don't. Thank you for helping the family that was dead. Oh, you know, well, I'm not saying that the whole family was dead. Somebody was dead in the family, and you helped. Thank you. They rested in peace because of your benefit, because of your offering to their demise. You have to thank people. They don't have to do nothing. Okay. Is that enough, y'all? Woo. But I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all acting like it was a call-in show tonight. I appreciate that. And that's what I want. Your calls on there. This COVID thing is a very serious thing. Lord, it's serious. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do not take it as a joke. If you heard Reginald at all tonight, you would not take anything. You wouldn't take this as a joke. You would be very serious about it. Very serious. Man said he spent 45 years now, I ain't even watching no Steelers game. I'm just waiting for us to get another ring this year. Damn, I heard my wife. She liked them folk. What's the name of them people you like? Them Eagles? Them Eagle people? Is they Patriots or something? What's them Eagle people? Huh? I forget that. I was coming through the airport, and where was I at? Wherever they play at. You got to get me some gear. Girl, I got to walk 40 to 40 gates. I ain't gonna go get you no. What's the name of them people? That football team you like? Eagles, the Eagles. Yeah, I was in Philadelphia. That time gonna look for them. Walk through the airport with no Philadelphia stuff on. See somebody see me in the Philadelphia Eagles boutique or whatever the thing is. Yeah. All right. Y'all make sure y'all join me in the morning. Order this stuff tonight. Order you some bedroom therapy. Order it. Okay? Order it tonight. 5 for $60. Or for $100, I'm gonna give you 5 coffees, 5 honeys, and a t-shirt. You can't beat that. You can't beat that at all.
Y'all come on and ride with me.
Y'all enjoy the show.
Yeah. I'ma let you ride. Yeah. Until you get tired. I'ma let you ride. Yeah. Until you get tired. When you get done, there's something you got to do. Turn around, baby, let me get on top of you from the back. Hey, yeah, I know you want it like that. From the side, hey, babe, so I can look in your eye.
Well, it has been a plum pleasing pleasure
When you ride,
to have done this show tonight.
I want you to know, baby, it's not no goddamn pony. It's some yeah.
When you get time,
It's some
you're gonna get your what, baby?
It's some yeah. It's some
I may do that, Sade.
When you ride, just hold on. And I want you to know, baby, it won't be long before I sleep. Yeah, before I sleep. Can I hit it? Hey. Ooh, yeah. And I ain't gonna quit it.
Oh.
Can I stand up in it? Ooh, yeah. Can I lick you, lick you, lick you, lick you, lick you real good? Yeah. Can I run you all night? When you ride, just stay on it. And I want you to know, baby, it's not no goddamn pony. It's some ooh, yeah. It's some
You gonna take this on me? Okay, go.
It's some I'll let you ride. Hey,
All right, y'all.
you get tired.
See you in the morning, 6 o'clock Central Time on the radio. You can order all night long the product. All you got to do is go to Cash App, $ Naked Truth Ministries. Good show, y'all. Talk to you.